Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you my favorite way of cooking chicken, which is grilling it. This is going to help your chicken stay nice and juicy, and it's also going to help your chicken last longer and taste a lot better. The very first step that we're going to do is we're going to remove our excess fat, and we're going to make sure that our chicken is cut roughly around the same width, and this is going to help your chicken cook evenly. A lot of the times, if you guys throw a chicken breast like this that's very big, what's gonna happen is one, it's gonna take a really long time to cook. But then the second thing that's gonna happen is that the outside of your chicken is gonna start to burn while the inside of your chicken will still be uncooked. So you wanna make sure that we remove any excess fat and then that they're about the same size. This way, the timer that you set is going to be for all of your chicken and it will be cooked evenly. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this bad boy in half. The other portion to this is make sure that you have a knife that is sharp. If you guys don't have a knife that is sharp, you are going to be damaging your chicken and it's just gonna get mushy and it's not gonna look very pretty. So now we've gone ahead and we've cut our chicken, and this one is still pretty thick, but if I go ahead and cut it again, now I'm gonna have a very thin chicken breast and it'll be just burned probably easier than if it was thicker. Now what you can do is, if you guys look at this one, it's a little bit thicker. This one over here is gonna be a little bit thinner. Now, when I cut the second one, I'm gonna have a thicker and a thinner chicken breast, so we can separate them on the grill. And now I know that two of them are gonna be done a lot faster than the other, so I can keep an eye out. Again, there isn't like a perfect way to cut chicken or a perfect method. It's whatever works for you. But the more that you do it, the better you get at it, and you'll come up with your tricks to make it easier and to make your chicken come out the same all the time that you cook it. So here we are again. Actually these are about the same length. So now I just have one that is a little bit on the thinner side. I'm gonna go ahead and spread these out and then season them. Meanwhile, you should have your grill preheating in the back. Ours is at 350 right now. We want to get it to 450 degrees. And once it hits that, then it's ready to get cooked. All right, guys, now that you have your chicken sliced, we are going to go ahead and season it. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can season it. It can be a dry rub, or you can marinate it, which means you're going to be adding oils and liquids to it. And this would be a longer process, but it's also a very good way to cook your chicken. For today's purpose, I'm gonna be using my two favorite, which is gonna be garlic powder and a seasoned salt. The other ingredient that you can also add is gonna be black pepper, and that's gonna give it just a little kick of spice at the end. Now, I personally don't measure anything. I'm horrible at doing it if you guys have seen any of my previous videos, but if you add too little when you cook it, you can definitely add some more at the end. It's not a big deal. My only thing is just make sure that it is evenly distributed between your chicken breast. You don't want half of your chicken breast really salty and then the other half with no flavor at all. There isn't any specific order that you need to put them. You can do garlic powder first and then your salt, or salt and then your garlic powder. It really doesn't matter. Just make sure that they're all seasoned. I personally just season one side. However, you can definitely flip them over and then season them again if you would like. Now, we are gonna go ahead and add these to our grill. We're so close to it being at 450, then we're gonna go ahead and spray it, lay out our chicken, and then set our timer. Now, the other very important part of grilling your chicken is you do need a thermometer, especially if you are not used to grilling your chicken, because it's very easy to overcook it. Now, what does overcooking your chicken mean? It means that you're gonna get that dry, rubbery taste, which all that means is that you cooked your chicken too long and now it's rubbery. Having a thermometer is gonna allow you to check the temperature and make sure that it's fully cooked but not overcooked. The temperature for chicken is 165 degrees. Now, the only way to know that is if you use one of these guys, and I'll show you exactly how to use it. This is one of my favorite ones because it's a digital one, and it turns on and off and it reads instantly. So definitely recommend one of these. All right, guys, now that our grill has reached 450 degrees, I'm gonna go ahead and open it. I'm gonna bring down the temperature just a little bit so it's not on high. And then you are going to need some type of spray or oil for your chicken not to burn. Now, there's a little trick to it. If you spray it directly on it and very close, you're gonna feel the heat and get this flame, and please don't burn your eyebrows off. So do it at an angle and just step back. So it's a light spray. This way you're still gonna see a flame, but you're not gonna be one directly over it, and you're gonna have a less chance of getting burned. So that's one way to do it. The other way is simply just spray your chicken breast. That way they don't get burned. Now, you wanna make sure that they're evenly distributed. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the back of the grill. And then you're just gonna line them up. They don't need too much space between them. Here we go. And I'm putting the thinner one at the front. This way, I remind myself that it's the one that's gonna be done the fastest. Now that you've gone ahead and put your chicken, the most important part is setting a timer. So grab your phone and you are gonna start your timer for 7 minutes. Once that rings, you're gonna flip your chicken over and then you're gonna add another 7 minutes. Now, if the timer rings and you feel like your chicken is still not cooked, then definitely time to use your thermometer. Roughly, it takes about 14 minutes. Now, again, that all depends on the thickness of your chicken. If your chicken is very thin, it could take less. If your chicken is very thick, then it's definitely gonna take a little bit more. So make sure that you have your thermometer on hand so you know exactly when it is cooked. All right, so my timer is up, the 7 minutes is up. Now time to flip this baby. I'm gonna make sure that we flip all of them, and look at those beautiful grill marks. Now, the one in the front is our thinnest one, so I'm gonna go ahead and set the timer to 7 minutes. But I want to say that in 5 minutes, that one should be cooked. We're going to check the temperature and I'll show you guys what the reading should look like. All right, guys, so timer is up for the 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take out the thinnest piece of chicken. And when you check the temperature, you want to put the thermometer in the thickest part of the chicken to ensure that that thickest part is cooked. So it reads at 169, which is 4 degrees over, which is perfect. It hit the 165 mark. Now I'm gonna go ahead and wait for the remainder chicken breast to cook and then do the same thing. And basically that is it. So grilling your chicken takes anywhere from, let's say, 20 minutes to 30 minutes. But the cool thing about it is that you could cook multiple pounds and do your meal prep or feed a large group of people or your family. There's a timer. So it's really an easy way to cook your chicken, maintain the flavor, and make sure that it is fully cooked. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you guys give it a try.